everybody and welcome. It's Monday, so welcome to all the lovely new subscribers that have joined in the past week and over the weekend. So lovely for you to join us. Welcome. And just quickly before I get into Easy Makes Monday, just a couple of things that's coming up. I am starting a new journal on Thursday, and I've been a bit inspired by Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah, because she started a couple of days ago a new series that she started for beginners, and in a way going back to basics and going back to using stuff that you've just got left over and around the house. And also a discussion that Rachel had about, you know, she's had the junk journal police onto her. She calls the junk journal police. And you know what constitutes a junk journal, and if you put anything different, some believe that if you don't put anything other than junk and recycling stuff, then that's a proper true junk journal. If you use digitals and other mixed media and things, then what sort of a journal is that? I mean, to me, as long as we're having fun, that's what it's all about. As long as we're having fun, and you know, and I think Rachel said the same. She loves making stuff, and but it did get me thinking about. I always like in my sewing projects that I've done in the past, like for exhibitions and things, I've always added something recycling to it. I do like to use up recycled stuff. And I did a revamp of the part of the craft room over the weekend. I got rid of my desk, my sewing desk, because I don't sit at it and it's just a dumping ground. So I got rid of it, and I've got 2 new craft trolleys. Oh, all excited. And what came with it was loads and loads of brown paper stuffed it was. So I've carefully got it all out, straightened it all out, and I like using that lovely brown packaging. It's got lovely colours to it, and so I'm going to use some of that. So that will start on Thursday, and I've got all my pull out, you know, I have my pull out cubes, baskets that's got all junk in, and we'll have a play with that. Also, I finished my beautiful journal, my design team project, guest design team project, the first one, using Rachel's lovely papers, and I will do a flip through of that. Tomorrow, yes, please join me for Tuesday sewing, and we're going to have slow stitch and chat again. And I have finished. I'll show you the roll. I didn't want it to be too decorated, so I finished that, but I've got a whole new project starting tomorrow, which is a journal cover I want to make. And yeah, I'll be doing that for the next few weeks for slow stitch and chat. So yeah, some exciting stuff coming up. Also, not this week, but whenever, I'm participating in Jovi, the lovely Jovi. Most of you will know if you've been here a while, from Creating with Jovi. We're doing a what's it called? Swap and glue it's called. Hashtag swap and glue, where we send some images. Put your name down if you're interested, go and check it out. She's done a post about that, and you send some images and task somebody else to make a spread of it. So I have got all my images ready to send the lovely Jovi, and that will be nice. So without further ado, make it Monday, easy makes. Well, I'm going to do some snippet edgings. Now, nothing new. Everybody's done the snippet rolls and everything snippets. But I've cut these to size. I've cut a little bit off. These were all, I've got loads of these that you cut off papers. I think mainly if I've done TNs or whatever, I've had a load of these side strips. And normally I would just glue them together and make a long roll. But particularly want these for this new journal. Using up scraps and whatever we can find. And I've decided then I'm going to do them all separately. So I've got a few here. That's not going to be suitable, I don't think. It's a bit fragile, so I'll put that in my collage thing. So let's have a look. I've got my, which is a reason as well why I want to get through some of this, I've got my big tub full of bits and bobs. Every time I cut something off, or I've got a scrap, I mean that shouldn't be in there really, that's quite a big piece of ribbon. Don't know why that's in there, but as you can see there's all sorts of bits and bobs and oddments of flowers in there. So I will, I've got a few out here. I'll need my fabric scissors, and I've got my glue book, and we'll have a go. Okay, the other thing is I've got some of this Tombow to try. Now I know that oh crikey, can't think of her name now. She doesn't live that far from me. She lives in York. Carol Tinson. She swears by this Tombow aqua glue. So I've bought one to try. Now I love the applicators on it, I have to say. So there's a really narrow one, and then at the other end, how fabulous is this? It's got like a dobber, as if you're going to bingo. Yeah, so it's really nice. I'm going to have a go, I think, at using this today. I may do, because I've found that I don't think it sticks fabric that well, and it's a wet glue. And I got in a bit of a mess yesterday trying to glue something up. So we'll see. I've got my trusty Scotch stick, and I'll just start by putting down, I want to put down a little bit of paper first. So I've got a few scraps here of paper that we can repurpose, and I've got this obsession for having bits out of the middle of envelopes, out of mailers at the minute. I think they look fabulous. I love them. They've just got a lovely pattern on them. So yeah. So how are you all? It's a lovely sunny day here today. It was quite a nice weekend. But we do start to have what we call April showers now, which is you get these sprinkly showers off and on. You know, you can have it and they last about 5 minutes and then sun comes out again. So it's a bit like that. So hope you've had a reasonable weekend. We've just chilled really. It's been nice just to relax a bit. Not really. I've been gathering some bits together for me on Books channel. I'm doing a spotlight on the author Edward Marsden, because it is March Mystery Madness. So if you're new here and you love reading as well as crafting, then yeah, go and check that out. I've had that a while, that channel. I'm not using my glue thing, am I? Let's bring a couple of pages over here just for me to glue the bits on. So I will be filming a reorganisation of the craft room, which will be nice. So I'll have a bit of paper off here. Something David's been working on. So I'll have a bit of that on the back of something else. Okay, so as we're just doing the snippets, let's see what we've got here then in scraps. The thing is not to think about it too much, and just lay things down. I find that the Scotch glue is quite good for fabric actually. I was quite surprised. Oh, little bits left of my mum's Devore outfit. I've got to use every precious scrap. Now you can still do this if you haven't got a sewing machine. I mean, I think most people have got a little sewing machine of some description. But if you haven't, you know, just make sure that you glue this down really well. I will sew down it because I do like that effect. Now then, what else can we have? There's a bit of sari silk there. That'd be nice at the top. So I haven't made them in strips for a long time, because as I say, I usually do the rolls. Let's have a look at this. I've saved bit of frill there. Moda fabric. We don't exactly want Moda screaming out at us, do we? Put that on there. So this is mixed. It's a mixed fabric and paper. And it's surprising how different they look when you do sew down them. The other thing that I do like to do, as well as you've probably seen me do before, is slow stitch down them. There's nothing to stop you slow stitching it. I think that gives a nice effect as well. That's another thing, if you don't... I don't want everything covered up, you see. I'll fold that up a bit because I don't want it to. Okay, so I think that will do that one. Right then, let's lay down a bit of, I mean, we can even use some of my glue books for that matter, can't we? Let's stick that down just to give a bit of a base, and actually, you know, you get too many glue pages left and you end up with them as recycling, don't you? So that's use a bit of that. So it is lovely and sunny here, which I always think it makes you feel better, doesn't it? When it's sunny, it does make you feel better. Stick that there. Put plenty on because it's got the curly whirlies, this has. There we go. See how lovely that glue sticks worked with that. This is some leftover from Christmas, that lovely gold fibre. It was surprising what I found doing doing the repurposing of my craft room. And what I've done when I show you the tour is these cubes, you make these cubes up however you want. They're from B&Q here in the UK. And I'd got two blocks of two. With my desktop across it. So I've repurposed those. And I've made it higher, so I made my bookshelf higher, and used another one near the printer and the computer desk where David works, and gone through all the boxes. You know, when you start and you end up where you've got craft stuff everywhere, and you think, whatever have I done this for? And I think, these that have got massive craft rooms, it must seem a never-ending task when they decide to do it. What's we got here? Oh, that's nice. I'll have a bit of that there. Because it was bad enough with our small space. But, oh, it feels good. And I found things I'd forgotten I'd put away. And also with these carts, I'm hoping that I'll use everything. Because... all my pencils and crayons and paints and stuff were just shoved away in my desk. I never thought of using them at all, so it will be nice. Oh, that edging will be nice on there as well, won't it? It will be nice to start using things. Now, what can I put there? Well, that's nice. A bit of sari. Bit of sari trim there. I'll put that on there. And don't sew them until it's well dry though. because it gunks your needle up and then you're getting a right old mess. This is pretty lace. We've got all sorts. This is a bit of my favourite, but I'm really getting low on it now. My favourite vintage came off the edging of a tablecloth. Right, something there, I think. A bit more of my mum's. That'll go now. No, too dark. Ooh, that will be nice. We used to have, this is some material that we had. We used to have a double, which is difficult to get hold of now, double piano stool for Joe, because Joe, my youngest, is a brilliant musician, and he asked to start playing the piano at 7. Could he go for lessons? And none of us play the piano. My mum did a little bit. I've got an auntie that's in her 90s now, that I was talking to my dad about it the other day, and I didn't realise that, I mean, going back to the 40s, she's older than my dad. She's older than my dad, so 36, 26, 30, yeah, be about the 40s. She was so good, my Auntie Joyce, that they did ask her. They did offer her a place as in an orchestra as a professional musician, but I think my grandma won't let her go, because they didn't in them days, did they? But what an opportunity that would have been for her. So probably that's where he gets it from, and so I'm digressing, aren't I? So we bought him a piano, so he had a piano, and in a second-hand shop found this beautiful double piano stool for 2 people, which are difficult, and that's where, going back to this, it needed recovering. So this is some beautiful upholstery fabric that we got a remnant of. In fact, he's got it himself now. I think David recovered it about 3 times in the end, different upholstery fabrics. And then of course he did A-levels in music and musical theatre. Went to uni to do audio engineering and music. Doesn't work in that area, and I won't see computers now, but it doesn't work. Doesn't. I think they come back to it, don't they? I think once that, you know, I went to university and it was hard slog, and I think it sort of knocks the creativity out of them sometimes, and they go off it a while. Same with my eldest son. He's a beautiful photographer, and beautiful wildlife photography, and he went to uni. But he hated it. He stopped a year. Well, you weren't cool if you were into wildlife photography at uni. They wanted you to be doing, you know, weird things like photographs of dead chickens in a Kentucky Fried Chicken pot, all disgusting things like that, and that really isn't him. And you know, and it's as if you weren't recognised unless you were weird and wacky in that field. Put a bit of this. This is a bit that's left over from my the material, the fabrics I've used in my design team for Rachel. It came out of one of her, I'll put it there, slow stitch packs. I watched Melanie Sullivan opened her latest collaboration from you know, the ladies are all doing together, and this month hers was from Rachel, and I noticed she'd sent a couple of these lovely packs. I mean, it was gorgeous as usual. Rachel always makes these lovely little, don't know if you've seen Everybody's, the 2 ladies in Australia. She makes them all, you know, she's made them all a lovely little pouch for this thing to go in. So there's Susanna Eastdale, who is oh, it'll come to me. We've got Jeanette, my Cottage Crafts, Jeanette in Australia. Susanna is Vintage Blend Studio. I'll put them down below. Then there's Melanie Sullivan, she's in it. Then obviously there's Sarah, so Roxy Creations by Sarah. Rachel, Roxy Creations by Rachel. Anne Brooke, who does the tags handmade. And Loretta is the other one. Loretta, who is Sparrowhawker Designs. I think that's... So I've said Sarah, I've said Rachel, I've said Susanna, I've said Jeanette, I've said Melanie Sullivan, Anne Brooke, and Loretta from Sparrowhawker. All lovely, do fantastic stuff and do lovely stitching. So if you're not aware of all those, you need to just have a pop over and have a look, see what they're up to. Jeanette and My Cottage Crafts, some of the exquisite sewing she does with in her journals with lace and things, beautiful. There's that many people about, isn't there, that inspire you, that do, you know, we all do creative things, and yet we all do them in our own way. And you know I'm a big fan of Melanie Sullivan anyway. She's got the most amazing, I would say, Melanie Sullivan, amazing craft room. I'll just love it. When I want to watch anybody's craft room tour, I go and watch Melanie's. It's very inspiring. Right, that's that one done. So we'll just do one more, and then I think, you know, we're well on the way. So this one, that gorgeous grungy colour, that it's a shame to cover it up, isn't it? I'm not sure I'm going to cover it up with paper. I'm just going to do some fabric, I think, because the back's so lovely. Right, there's a bit there. So I'm sticking with this because I'm sticking with my Scotch glue. I was having a bit of a bother with it, but I think it must have just been a faulty batch. This is a new batch, and it's seems to be okay. I'll stick that on there. So if you are new to junk journaling, go and check out Tina's series. I've watched 2 of them, I think, and very informative. I mean, I found out something new because I didn't realise she's doing an altered book, and I've never fared very well with altered books, I have to say. They end up in a right mess. And she said that she got the tip that once you start work, don't start from the front to the back always, because it loses some of its rigidity if you do that. So she always works the other way, so from the back forwards, and that sort of makes sense, really, I suppose. And I didn't know that, so I always think, if you've got your favourite channels, it doesn't matter if they say, right, I'm doing something for the very beginner, so, you know, if you experience, you think, don't bother. Because there's always some inspiration. There's always something new that you're going to learn. I always think that. And I think as long as people, we've had this conversation I think before, but just fancy doing that, not like that. I always think that as long as people give praise to, you know, don't pretend that their own ideas when they've got off somebody else. I mean, yes, we all do. Everybody's done thousands of these, but you just do it in your own way, you know. I wonder who first thought of them. I don't know. Do I want a bit of that on there? Yes. Now I find that I don't like this one as much for not putting a bit of paper base down. Isn't that funny? I might just have to put a bit of something. Yeah, I'm going to have to do. It's strange. It's missing a bit of paper on it. I won't put much on. Just put a couple of slithers on it, and yeah, it hasn't made much of a dint, has it, in this great big thing? Hey, I shall have to come up. Oh, sticking to it. I'll have to come up with some ideas and get going with them and see. Probably sew them all onto a big piece of fabric and then cut it up. Because, yeah, they're getting a bit out of hand now. And you don't like to throw stuff out, do you? I think it's something about us crafters that we don't. Right then, guys, let's have a look then at the ones we've done. I've done 4. And move them out your way so you can see which is your favourite. I'll show you them tomorrow when we've actually think that would go nice with that at the bottom. I think that I shall, when they're dry, I'll sew them today. And show you what they're like when they've done. I shall have either 3 or 4 lots of sewing down them, depending how it looks. And as I say, they don't really look anything special like that until you sew down them. Even if it's hand sewing, if you've not got a machine, it looks great. I might do one. I might do a hand one for you and do the others on the machine just so you can see. So there we go. That's my video for today. It's always a quick, easy make on a Monday. Get you into the crafting spirit and get you ready for a week ahead. And lovely to have your company. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's very much appreciated. And see you tomorrow. Get those fabrics ready for our slow stitch and chat tomorrow on Tuesday. Bye for now.